Welcome back to K Fitness Pro. This is a tutorial on how to properly perform your level 2 neck cars and some context and coaching cues to optimize your technique. In 2020, the worldwide estimation was over 203 million people experienced neck pain of some kind. Anybody that experiences neck pain is also 85% likely to experience neck pain again as a recurring injury within 5 years' time. And anyone that experiences neck pain or has neck arthritis also has an increased likelihood of headaches, migraines, and numbness of the arm and hands. That's actually why I'm making this video. I have a couple clients right now that are dealing with some neck and shoulder stuff, and one of them is getting some numbness and tingling in the arm and hands. And so we were talking about mobility training and how to work specifically in this area. So I'm making this video for all of you. In my youth, I played football and was very rowdy as a kid. I took a lot of big hits to the head, neck, and shoulders, and I've experienced neck pain since I was 16. And so proper management of this for me is essential to minimize any kind of pain or arthritis that shows up when I'm not taking care of myself. Considering my neck holds up my head and fuels my brain, I want it to function as optimally as possible, so I do a lot of neck cars. What is a CAR, John? A CAR is a controlled articular rotation. This is a term from the functional range systems methodology created by Dr. Andrea Spina. And I've gone through their certifications and am a mobility specialist that teaches these techniques. And so this controlled articular rotation can basically be summarized as a slow motion joint circle. The intention is to take the neck and the tissues and the joints in that area through their greatest pain-free range of motion as slowly as possible with maximal control. So greatest range of motion as slow as possible with maximal control. Slow motion joint circle. This is going to improve the joint health. This is going to improve the tissue quality and the strength and mobility of your neck stuff. Neck cars would be good for anybody that has stiff necks, traps, shoulders. If you spend multiple hours a day sitting at a desk or in a car, those who work on a computer or a mobile device, those with any kind of pre-existing neck pain or arthritis, those who play contact sports like football, hockey, lacrosse, or MMA, that's taking impacts to the head. And just as reference to this video, we're jumping right into level 2 cars. So first of all, if you haven't already, go watch the neck cars level 1 video and start there, especially if you are already experiencing some kind of neck pain. Start with the most basic example. And also I would recommend, if you want to learn more about the science and application of CARS, controlled articular rotations, then go watch the CARS live workshop video that I have on my YouTube channel, where I hosted a live workshop in Maui for my clients a few years back and took them through the full process. It's like an hour and 20 minutes. I explained the whole thing and had them do a live walkthrough with me, so you can follow along with that video and get more details. Both of those two videos will be in the description below this. What equipment do we need for the level 2 neck cars? You're going to need some kind of elevated surface that you can lie down on that allows your head to hang off freely from the side. And this here is a regular standard weight bench. You can use this, or a couch works just as well. You can use a foam roller if you're in a pinch, but it's not as ideal. For the setup, you're going to lie down face up, head floating in the air while the body is braced and stiff. So I'm going to spin around. I'm going to demo this for you. So the bench is like right at the top of my shoulders and my head is hanging off, and I'm still in a nice neutral position here. And now I'm just going to bring a little bit of tension into my glutes, my legs, grip into the ground with my feet and my toes, get my core engaged a little bit here. I'm kind of planking in this position. And then from here, we're going to start working in a circle. So the first thing that we are going to do is tuck the chin into the chest. Roll it up all the way. Use the muscles here to squeeze. And then we're going to rotate. We're just tracing the collarbone to the left as far as we can go into rotation while still maintaining the chin to the collarbone, that tuck, the neck flexion. From here, once we run out of flexion and rotation, then we're going to start to tip into lateral flexion, a little bit of side bend here, like I'm pouring water out my ear. That cue makes more sense from the level 1 cars, but if you know that, then you'll get it here. Once I have gone into my full tilt here, I've got a big stretch on the side stuff, and I'm in my end rotating position here. I'm going to now start working into extension by tipping my head back. Now I'm getting the stretch here. You can see I'm in the bottom half of the circle and just hit halfway. And I'm going to continue to rotate while I'm working for extension actively to find this stretch until I run out of room rotating. Then I'm going to start to stretch the side stuff with some lateral flexion while I start to go into flexion and tuck my chin back up to that collarbone on the right side. Once I get my chin to the collarbone, then I'm going to rotate the rest of the way through that circle to get back to my starting point. That's one circle going to the left. We're going to go one to the right. Same thing, we tuck in so you can get one more look at it. We rotate all the way. We side bend. We extend. We rotate. We side bend. We flex. And then we rotate back to center. Okay, so that is the execution there. Just think slow motion joint circle. Prescription for this movement, this mobilization, you could throw it in for your warm-up. One set of 2 to 3 super slow-mo each way is great. Think like 15 seconds, one circle around is fast. 30 seconds is a really good pace. The slower you go, the more challenging it is. Level 1 neck cars, we're in an upright position like this, and so we're not fighting gravity. It's very easy, there's no extra torque. When I'm in that side lying position, now I have to hold my head up, and all the muscles on the top side are getting worked because they have to really contract to pull the weight of my head up, just like it was a weight. So one set of 2 to 3 reps should get this stuff firing and cooking and heating up, and you should feel that very nicely as a warm-up. If you're looking for more of a strength stimulus, you want to throw it into your training routine, then you could do something more like 3 sets of 5 to 10 circles each way, starting at 5, doing 2 to 3 sets. How's that feel? Note if you're really sore or not, depending on where your level of strength and conditioning is. And then build up from there, 6 reps, 7, maybe up to 8, 9, 10 reps doing 3 sets. And you'll note just that little bit of progression in the volume should also increase the challenge enough for you to continually make some adaptation for a while there and build that strength and mobility in the neck. So that's a easy little general rule of thumb for prescription. Considerations. You're looking for 2 things. Number 1, you're looking for pinches. Number 2, you're looking for stretches. The pinches are usually like crunchy, grindy, poppy, not good feelings, like a hurts so bad, not a hurts so good kind of feeling. And they're pretty common in the neck in this area here, but usually a pinch is on the closed angle side. It's on the side that's getting pinched, right? Like the Pac-Man mouth closing. That's the pinch side. So usually people will find pinches, especially on the back side with the neck. And then oftentimes, especially when we get into this side stuff here, you'll find stretches. And the stretches are usually on the open face, the Pac-Man mouth opening. So you can see that stretch of the tissues here. That's usually a hurts so good kind of sensation, like, oh, that's tight. But you go kind of like want to rub it and sit there like, ooh, that's tight. So what do we do if we run into a pinch or a stretch? When you run into a pinch, you want to do 3 things. You want to back off. So you're reducing the range of motion. Don't push into that pinch. Back off. Come out of it a little bit. Decrease your range of motion. Number 2, ease up on the amount of tension that you're using as you're contracting. So you want to relax and back off the range of motion a little bit so it's not as tight and compressed in that area. And number 3 is slow down. If you hit a pinch point, just slow down, decrease the range, and relax just a little bit to get around that area. And then when you get away from the pinch and it starts feeling normal again, then you can reach back into a greater range of motion and kind of flex into it a little bit more and explore for deeper end ranges of motion. So pinch point, you want to back off the range of motion, relax a little bit, back off the contraction, and then slow it down and really be careful as you move through that area. Over time, it should naturally improve just because you're spending time mobilizing that area. You're lubing it up, buttering it up. So that tissue quality should improve, that mobility should improve, and the pinch points, if you practice this safely and regularly, should decrease over time. Same thing with the stretches. So what's the protocol for the stretches? If you find a stretch, we pause, inhale, exhale. That's all we do. You've hit a stretch point, you're like, oh, ooh. Pause right there. Full breath in, and then exhale. And when you exhale, as you're about to go into your circle again, continue moving your car, reach a little deeper and see if you can find a little bit more active tension through there to find some stretch as you're moving through it. So if it's a pinch, back off and avoid it. If it's a stretch, pause, breathe into it, and get a nice stretch as you move through it. Really smooth that out. Those are the 2 considerations for you. Modifications. The first thing you can do to regress a level 2 car to make it a little bit easier is, instead of moving in all 3 planes at once, circumduction, we just move in 1 plane. We just make it a linear movement. So to do that, we just cut out the rotation and the side bending, the lateral flexion, and we just go up and down. So this is a great recommendation for anybody that feels a little iffy about the exercise and you want to test it out first before you go into the full 360, is just let the head hang, but don't be like passively letting it hang and crank on any pinch points back there. If you feel a pinch point, pause, right? Don't go into that deeper, but you're just going to your end range there, whatever that is. I'm starting to feel a gentle stretch here. Big breath in. Exhale, see if I can just tuck back a little more. And then I'm just going to roll it up like I'm rolling up a carpet or a yoga mat. Find my end range, pause, no pinches, everything feels good. I come back down. So you can use the same prescription and just work that 1 plane to start getting more blood flow and pumping and getting some strength in that tissue there. If you want to decrease this again, if that still feels like it's too much and there may be pain in that area, then regress to the level 1 neck car. Go watch that video where you're standing, sitting, kneeling, upright in this position here doing your neck car. It's much less intense. To progress this exercise, number 1, we can challenge the stability. So we can swap out this bench for a Swiss ball. Now I have to balance myself on this ball a little bit more, and I have to also extend my hips actively by squeezing my glutes. So my glutes stay on the whole time. So I'm getting a little extra posterior chain juice out of this. Brace my core a bit, squeeze my glutes a little bit. Okay, there. Now I'm in a good plank position, and now I can work the same exact movement. I can kind of roll around to find an ideal position. Okay, you might have to play with the height of the Swiss ball and your body position on it to find something that feels good, but I already can feel more challenge, more work in my glutes here, obviously, because they're staying turned on the whole time. I'm not just laying on the bench. So arm position doesn't matter too much while you do these. Typically, you don't want to have the arms up here because then you're putting more pinch up in your neck. So just be mindful of where your arm position is. Typically, across the body, here, somewhere like this is just an easy place to put them to keep them out of the way and keep everything neutral in the shoulder girdle. Okay, but this is just another way that you can challenge yourself incrementally doing your level 2 car, and then we want to progress it even more. What can we do? We can then implement all 4 directions. So instead of just working the tissue on the front side of the neck by facing up, we can face down, and now we have to use the extensor muscles, the muscles on the back side of the neck, to pick up the head to overcome gravity. If we're on our side, our right ear is up, that means the flexor muscles, these muscles here on the right side of the neck, are going to have to work extra hard to get that head to overcome gravity, and then the same thing on the other side. So we can position ourselves just the same on our ball or bench. Now I'm in kind of almost like a plank position here on the ball. I can take the arms away to make the core do even more work. Now I'm kind of really just using my core muscles and my hip muscles to lock me into this ball. Okay, if that gets a little too much on the low back and stuff, you can drop the arms down here to support, or you can go to the bench where it's a little bit easier. You can drop the knees even here, but I prefer to stay up in the plank position and really get yourself forward if you're going to use the Swiss ball. So we're isometrically challenging all of those extra back muscles and posterior chain stuff for extra credit. Okay, and then from this position here, we're doing the same exact thing. We can first test the linear path. Okay, I would probably go a little higher. I'd get a little taller Swiss ball. That's better. You can see I changed that angle. Now I can really get more range of motion. Okay, so again, you'll have to play with it depending on the height of the ball or bench you're using and how tall you are. Okay, but that's the 2D, the linear path, and then I can add the full circle, going both directions. Sideways, same exact setup. Figure out how to get yourself parallel with the floor. Test it out. Let's see, I don't even know if I'm in the camera there, sorry. Let's see, test it out with some 2D linear movement. Just test those neck flexors, get a nice stretch, find your end ranges, and then you can start to work your full circle. Okay, did I miss anything? Yeah, it's everything for progressions. So coaching, if you are interested in learning more about online personal training, you can come check out our private virtual community for 7 days free. Check out the link below to the KFP Academy. Or you can apply to book a free consultation with me. I'll sit down, look at your goals, we'll talk about a program, and you can learn more about the K Fitness Pro system. So thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, send it to anybody that has any next stuff that they want to take care of, and tune in for more videos on how to improve your health, performance, and well-being. Aloha.